It's just that we weren't expecting to find life, let alone human life out here. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
Welcome back to the rest of humanity. You're no longer alone.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by... well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and... the others. Oh yes, of course. Where are my manners? Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge. Dr. da Costa, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am. For security purposes.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist.
We got strict
Welcome
rules
to the
around
Earth
here.
colony ship
They're strict
Constant.
for a reason.
In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
Think we need it, then okay.
We were never trained to address threats coming from.
Now it's like we're walking in a time capsule here. I cannot imagine how hard this was
So,
to make.
here we are. Let's talk. We didn't believe anyone would be out here, but I'm glad for it. Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you? We know there's a settlement on the planet below, meaning people were here before us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us. Excellent. Make no mistake, this is our planet, and we intend for them to see this our way. So, speak with their leadership and see if you can negotiate a solution on our behalf. Preferably, get them to see things our way. Report back to me and let me know what they say, and we'll go from there. Thank you, and Godspeed.
Now that we know what's out there,
Never seen a ship like this before. Well, then again, I haven't seen any ships before you.
faces some of the same sorts of challenges everywhere. I'm forever fascinated by the convergence of those solutions.
You'd think we'd be a prime target for pirates, but they know to stay away for the most part.
Welcome to Paradiso. Jiro Sukiyama at your service. Do you have a security concern, or is there something else I can help you with? Something I can help you with? Ah, yes. Let's get right to it then. As you can imagine, we've got a predicament on our hands. Under normal circumstances, we would not enlist outside help in this manner. But this is a matter we can't afford to worry our guests about. As such, we need to handle this discreetly. Failure on your part to do so could have severe consequences. So, before we proceed, can you swear not to discuss this with anyone else unless explicitly directed to do so? Great, I appreciate it. Not too long ago, a strange and enormous ship appeared in Parima space. It is now locked in orbit around our planet. So far, it doesn't seem to be hostile, but any attempts to communicate with it have been in vain, so we're unsure of the ship's intentions. I see. Well, if you're speaking on their behalf, I'll refer you right along to the chairman of the Paradiso Group's board, Oliver Campbell. All formal decisions will go through him, not me. I'll let him know you're on your way.
Another lost belonging notification in the system. When am I going? Oh dear, a guest. Dreadfully sorry you had to hear my complaint. How unprofessional of me. Hello, welcome to Oh, that's odd. I'm extremely sorry for any... I'll credit your account with a 20%... Oh no, you're on vacation. I wouldn't dream of asking a guest to find other guests' lost belongings. But if you want to take a look at the list in the system and you happen to find anything while you're out and about, I suppose it would help me out. Please, don't feel obligated, however. Thank you again for staying with us.
There are so many activities I'm looking forward to doing, but I'm just having a good time, relax.
Welcome to Paradiso Gift Shop and Convenience. Feel free to look around, but don't break anything or you've got to buy it. And before you ask, there aren't any discounts, so don't even try to haggle with me. Looking for a souvenir or just forgot something at home? Why would I? My uncle works for the but it's not. Have fun out there.
Paradiso security is only here. You're safe.
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment? Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from... Sure. Have fun in the shark tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
I just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are precisely what we bring to the table. Heck, it's the only thing we've really got to offer.
I don't want to risk us coming off as just another artificial, shady, trash-filled dump like Neon. That's not who we are. We've got something special here. We should embrace that.
Blom's right.
Thank you.
We don't want to compete with Neon. Bayou's ruthless. He'll do anything he can to eliminate the competition. We don't need that kind of trouble. That being said, I think there's a middle ground. Maybe build up the beachfront at a boardwalk amusement park. I've had this idea to build artificial hot springs, that sort of thing.
Sounds good. I'll look into what that will cost us and we can circle back around to this.
Hello? I didn't realize Kiwi was letting people in here.
I am. And you must be the diplomat Jiro told me about.
Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm gonna cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens!
We're being direct then. Good on you. So, what do you know about this dodgy ship I'm hearing all about?
Well, that's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grav drive so they can find a new home. We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do. And which proposal will you be taking to the good captain? I assume there's a captain? Good on you. You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at Hope Tech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern grav drive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck.
There are so many hospitable planets out there. More than enough for everybody. And the best part is, nobody has to die or become indebted or anything. An elegant solution.
Right. On behalf of the Paradiso Group, we appreciate your help.
We've got some of the best private...
It's like we just entered a brochure. I bet they'll bill us for walking through the door.
don't want to hear any complaints.
You aren't ready for this, but I am.
Oh, hello. Someone worth paying attention to. Sure, that sounds like me. What can I do for you? I'm a little busy, but I think I could spare some time. Oh, you should have just said that. Of course I can help you. Oliver sent a courier ahead of you. I did some research on ships from that era, and I have a decent idea what we're dealing with. So grab drives didn't really take off, and parts not cheap though. Neither is the labor. It's a pretty big ask, given how rare these old grab drives are. I'm not sure about karma, but I do know that I can't base my Maybe it is selfish of me to demand such a price. Tell you what, sounds like this is for a good cause. While I can't give you the part for free, I won't charge you for the work. You're darn right it is. I'll get to work on it right away. I recommend you go back to the ship and ask the captain to prepare for its retrofit. Standard stuff. I'm sure they have an engineer on board to help. We'll send the part along when it's ready and install it with the help of Oliver's people. Pleasure working with you.
Inaya handles sales.
Jetpacks are the more traditional solution.
Yes?
Just stay out of trouble.
People always appreciate a good engineer, whether they know it or not. I was hoping to talk to our visitor from outer space, and here you are! Welcome, welcome!
I have a million burning questions, but I won't overwhelm you. There will be plenty of time for that later. Please, indulge me just a couple. How did you do it? Did humanity finally discover faster than light travel and eclipse our poor old ship? Oh, I've heard of this technology, but always believed it was theoretical in nature. Maybe we can talk about it in more detail later. I'm sure you have more pressing matters to handle. I've waited this long. What's a little longer, eh? Oh, I've got so many questions, but I'm being rude. I haven't even given you my name. Chief Engineer Kazemi, but you can call me Amin. And, I might add, I'm one of the reasons we're still floating out here today. Yes, of course. Anything for my new friend. What grab drive? Just joking with you. The Paradiso engineers filled me in. Okay, let's see what we need to do. All right. This will be fun. And hopefully there will be no explosions in the process. I have just received word that the drive is here. Ready to get to work? You do? Well, this should be a bit easier, though I must remind you, the ship is much older than the ones you're likely used to working on. So, listen to me first. First thing I need you to do is reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Then, turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Last, you'll need to decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Got it? Let's hop to it! Looks like everything is good to go on both your end and mine.
Careful waving that fancy gun around.
The Constant is a peaceful ship.
Taking some remarkable discipline to get you all here.
Just stay out of trouble.
Now that you're here, no matter the outcome, I won't let my crew down. Well, well, it would appear we have the means to go nearly anywhere now, thanks to you. The engineers even upgraded our communications equipment so we can speak with passing ships. Turns out it was a pretty easy fix. Thank you again for all you've done. Without you, we'd most likely be stuck. But you went above and beyond. I'll make sure people tell tales of your generosity for as long as our society lives. I don't know if we can ever fully repay you. Thank you again.
You're lucky we're under orders not to escort you right off this ship.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Just because our equipment's old, doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
Now that we know there are other people out there, we need to be more prepared for trouble.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going.
Hey, maybe you could help out Abe. He's been talking about needing someone with a ship.
Wow, I've heard about you, but
I hear you're the one who helped us out of that mess. It's good to meet you. I suppose I have you to thank for my husband Mabuti's continued survival. No, but he was in danger of being terminated. The ECS Constant had a very strict population control measure that we needed to enact because resources and living spaces were scarce. The eldest of us would volunteer to terminate themselves to make room when needed. Mabuti, being the kind soul he is, volunteered. It may seem harsh, but it was needed for our continued survival. I certainly hope so.
I hope nobody needs to volunteer for such. I'm all ears.
Treated anyone from outside our ship. Perhaps I can soon retire. That's something people used to do, I hear. Let's see. I'm looking. Assuming I've got what you need. Take care of yourself out there.
And to think, all this time we thought we were alone.
I wonder what else is out there.
This is a garden built to sustain the maximum amount of people.
Oh, I've
possible.
heard about you.
It's a monument
The visitor
to life.
who helped us get into the situation we're now in, roaming the galaxy with no end in sight. Sorry, I don't mean to be ungrateful or rude. I'm just frustrated. Is it that obvious? Brackenridge is intent on finding a home just as perfect as Paradiso, and it's clear that's never going to happen. I'd love to leave. But outside of you and the occasional passing trade ships we make contact with, there aren't any ways off this ship. And besides, Brackenridge forbids it. I've tried. She insists we stay together for the sake of the community. I'm stuck here. It's a long shot. You've dealt with her. You know she can be stubborn. But then again, you did make her see reason before and set us on this path. Maybe you can do it again and fix this mess. Sorry, I know it may not sound like it, but I'd actually be really grateful to you if you succeed.
The captain seems like a reasonable person. I'm sure we can get her to see eye to eye and convince her to let you go.
Hi. Great. How many more days, months, years of being cooped up here before we find a new place to live?
Never seen a ship like yours before. Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you.
We've roamed the stars for almost 200 years. What's a little longer? I'm well aware of Janet's desire to leave. I'll tell you the same thing I told her for the sake of each member of our community is but I'll be the judge of that. I suppose not. It would be bad for all of us if she slipped into depression. I know, but... I know. Sorry, I've made up... Unless you can figure out... Sorry, that's not going to be enough. If we're really going to do this, you'll need to bring me more. Let me know when you've got what I'm after. That planet was not right for us anyway. Well, if you can bring... Sorry, is this still something...
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do. We've got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
You're lucky we're under orders not to escort you. Now that we know what's out there.
What a day!
So many lives, births and deaths spent on this ship. The lengths humans will go to is astounding.
I'll be honest. While I'm disappointed we have to put off finding a new home, I'm glad my job is still as relevant as ever. Oh, you heard? I was just kvetching to myself. Mostly I just need to find someone with a ship, but hey, you're someone with a ship, aren't you? I'll save you the spiel, but ever since we found out that people exist out there, the crew's been asking me if we could track down possible relatives. I made the mistake of looking some up, and now they want to connect with them. Now, I'm not gonna ask you to schlep anyone back and forth, but could you deliver these messages for us to connect our crew with their relatives? Oh, you're such a mensch! Thank you! Let me get you the letter and the information you'll need to track down the relative.
Now that we know there are other people out there,
good luck, I guess. But I'm not holding. It'll be a miracle if you can get through to Captain Brackenridge. No offense, but Diana can be. She doesn't even know, and yet I feel like we're. Even if you can't convince. But.
I lived my entire life with a constant. I'm not sure how else to live. We've got strict rules around here.
And we're done. Welcome to New Homestead.
Welcome to New Homestead. Please make your way to the building at the end of the path and down into the colony below. Stay safe and enjoy your visit. The people here live a simple life. Try not to complicate it. Finally, a museum. Now we're in the good stuff.
Welcome to New Homestead.
You people actually eat this stuff, huh? Maybe I should just try it.
Very informative. I didn't know about the methane harvesters before coming here.
The Brownhouse Tavern, was it, huh? The food was better than I expected from a backwoods planet like this.
Did you see those wind turbines out there? Wow.
Those folks in Sidonia may be closer.
This is a pretty common method of mining on snowball planets even today. It may be low-tech, but it's
That's
effective.
news to me. I thought I knew about all my relatives, so you'll forgive me if this is hard to believe.
I think we can work something out.
Well, I hope I don't regret this. Let's see what the slate says. Thank you. I knew I probably had family out there I didn't know about, but this is something else. I'm not sure I'm ready for this. Here's hoping it does. Thanks again for letting me know. Fingers crossed.
Boy, am I glad they have a chunks here.
I don't
Never mind.
Why, hello there! I'm Bill Starsap of Starsap Tours. Let me tell you, this place is full of history and interesting facts. For instance, did you know that New Homestead was one of the first colonies established outside of Earth? It's been populated in some capacity for over 200 years. Yes, sirree, and that's not science fiction, it's science fact. There's a lot more history where that came from. So what do you say? I've got an opening. I could take you on a tour right now if you'd like. Hey, thanks for stopping by.
We live a simple life. Hello there. Wonderful. There isn't much. If you have any questions about the exhibit or New Home. Of course, certainly. We have several items. We have everything for most of our company. Enjoy the rest of your stay in
You don't want to get hurt or sick around here. Dr. Lakota really doesn't care for tourists.
Hello?
this place. This is looking great.
Perfect. Love it.
hadn't thought of doing that. But I love it.